Hannah S. had gotten her period 3 weeks earlier and was on birth control, but something just didn't feel quite right with her body. The then 19-year-old sophomore at a Catholic-affiliated college in Kansas decided to take a pregnancy test, thinking she'd rule out the possibility. It was positive. She was about 5.5 weeks pregnant. Hannah didn't want to disrupt her education to raise a child with her then boyfriend, so she called a Planned Parenthood near her school to make an appointment for an abortion. The soonest they could see her was 1 week later. In the meantime, Hannah went to classes and tried to carry on with normal life as much as possible, but she said she cried frequently. "When you hold a secret, it just starts to eat away at you," Hannah said. She didn't tell her friends, fearing the reactions she would receive at a pro-life institution. The only person she confided in other than her boyfriend was her sister, who is 7 years older than her and also had an abortion early in her college years. It was the first time Hannah admitted she knew of her sister's pregnancy.
She only had to ask her sister, "How did you make it through your abortion?" before her sibling knew what was happening and provided support over the phone. A few days later at the clinic, Hannah requested to hear the heartbeat. She repeatedly told medical providers she was sure about her decision to terminate the pregnancy. At 6 weeks and 4 days of pregnancy, she took the first of 2 abortion pills at the clinic and swallowed the second one back at her dorm. "I have never regretted my abortion, once," said Hannah, now 28 years old and the mother of a 17-month-old child. She asked BuzzFeed News not to use her last name because in-laws do not know about her abortion and would not approve. "I graduated from college cum laude, met my husband senior year, got my dream job, and we even started our own family in 2020. Had I not had the choice to do what I did, I would never be where I am today." But she's found herself reeling from the knowledge that if she were living in Texas and in similar circumstances today, she'd have missed the deadline for a legal abortion by a mere 4 days. Texas Law SB 8, which went into effect September 1, outlaws nearly all abortions after fetal cardiac activity can be detected, usually around the 6th week of a pregnancy. Pregnancy weeks are counted from the first day of a person's last menstrual period, so week 6 is typically 2 weeks after a missed period. And as more than 200 readers told BuzzFeed News, that's often not enough time for a person to realize they're pregnant, particularly if the pregnancy is unplanned. Hannah said she couldn't pinpoint a particular symptom that made her take the pregnancy test when she was 19. For others, the signs of pregnancy ranged from subtle to obvious: a trip to the emergency room for dizziness, suddenly craving Costco pizza, morning sickness, beer tasting like feet, irregular spotting, a dress that wouldn't zip, a surprise at a routine pap smear appointment. Some people said they were working hard to have a child, aggressively tracking their periods, using ovulation test strips, monitoring their body temperature, or completing rounds of in vitro fertilization. Most of these respondents reported finding out by week 4 or 5 that "we were not trying, I would have completely dismissed my symptoms for my regular PMS," Cassie Thomas, 33, said to BuzzFeed News. Thomas, who lives in Wyoming, found out she was pregnant at 5.5 weeks with a home test in 2014. She didn't really expect to be pregnant. As a survivor of Hodgkin's lymphoma with polycystic ovary syndrome, she and her husband had already tried and given up on fertility treatments. She took the test, she said, 4 grins before going out for drinks with her husband since her self-monitoring had shown she'd ovulated that month. "It was a coincidence," Thomas said. "If I hadn't been wanting a child so much, I wouldn't have taken a test. There would have been no way to know for me."
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe